So the king has the big C, does he? The king has the big C. Oh dear, went in for the little sort of operation and someone stuck their finger in a certain position and oh my goodness, look what popped out. A little bit of black tar there. Oh, not nice. Looks like you've got a problem there, Your Majesty. I don't know. Has he got that? Or has he quietly been taken aside and, let's say, shuffled off to the next domain? Let's put it that way. Can't say all the words that I necessarily want to say on the channel. They're gone. They're gone. That's my... now, this is just an opinion, ladies and gentlemen, and you may be one of those staunch royalists who believe in the royal family and think that they're the best thing since sliced bread. But let's face it, bread can be made from the Chorley wood process, which is not particularly nice, especially that sliced stuff. So that's not necessarily a great endorsement. The royal family, I think that's over. I think we are at the pinnacle now, ladies and gentlemen. Kate's vanished. Where is she? Has she been quietly dealt with in a mysterious way? Many of the other royals are having to step down, some of them more obviously for reasons that they've been involved with certain people who've dealt with dodgy situations that we don't need to go into detail because you're intelligent people and can work it out for yourself. I think we're seeing the beginning of the collapse of the royal family, and it's got to be managed in a honourable and sensible way. So perhaps the king, who's only been there for just over a year now, isn't it? He's going to be shuffled off quite nicely. Did they do that to the Queen as well? Did she get sort of managed to the point where we've got to get rid of her because we've got to get Charles in, and then we've got to get rid of him? I think that we're also going to see not just the royal family collapse, but we're going to start to see some of those perpetrators of the great harms that have been happening, the perpetrators of the big lies that we've seen for the last 80 odd years, some of those people behind the mischief, shall we say, and the nasty practices, the things that have been planned for us, those things. I think we're seeing them being slowly dealt with. And I honestly think that we are at that tipping point now, which is great, because some people are still in fear. Some people still think, oh my goodness, there's going to be another pandemic and we're all going to be pushed inside and shoved on with those face nappies and things like that. Well, I think they may be trying that, because I think as the monster dies, as the heads of the monster scream and the snake tentacles of the Medusa's hair is reeling in panic, we may well see a few nasty bits and bobs coming along. But I think it's over. I think it's definitely over, and that we are going to be embracing the phoenix from the ashes of this terrible stuff that's been laid in front of us. I think we're going places. I think there's optimism. There's reasons to be grateful that we are having a fantastic new future. And this is just the outward signs, because you can't just say, oh no, sorry, Charlie boy's been taken out and like that because he was a bit of a bad boy and had sort of fat fingers in fat pies and was being very nasty. I mean, don't you think it's a bit strange? Don't you think that he's got the big C is a bit odd when somebody of his standing would have been given the best food, the best treatment, the best of everything, that he would have had access to all that occultic knowledge, the knowledge that has been hidden for years about how to deal with the big C, the secrets that, of course, Big Pharma don't want you to know, and so they keep you on the tablets and the chemo and the various other things which actually, in the end, cause you so much problems and make you basically wish that you had gone yourself. Don't you think it's a bit strange that somebody like that, the king, would not have access to all of the best, so that when the doctor stuck his finger up the you-know-where, they would have not seen any of it, or if they had, they would have been able to treat it? Don't you think that it's a bit odd that they told us that he's even got it? Because surely they could have managed this very quietly and nobody need know. No, to me, this is the beginning of the revelation, the revealing that certain things have had to happen, and that these guys, the house of cards is crumbling down. And I think we'll see soon other perpetrators of that, the leaders that have been on our screens quite a bit, that may actually already have been taken out onto that boat. You know, the one that's working with the in the Admiralty law, the court-martials that are being carried out at sea, and possibly some executions that are taking place. You know, we hear these rumours, don't we? We hear them. Do you hear them? I'm hearing them. Now, I could be completely wrong. I could be absolutely wrong. But I'm an optimist. I think that this is the beginning of the end of the nonsense that's happened, and we'll start to see the hints and tips of this, and life will get a bit rocky, but it'll soon get better, because once that monster is dead, we'll all come out from our bunkers, we'll take off the blinkers, we'll realise the lies that have been told to us, and we will start to get on. We will get on like we've never got on before. We will find that the legislation in the government, for example, will start to unravel, and we'll rewrite it, and the policies will be better. They won't be these anti-human things with 5G and digital IDs and CBDCs and all this sort of rubbish that we've been led to believe is going to happen. I think that we are seeing the beginning of a new age, the beginning of something rather special and rather magical, that we are going to be living more in the private and less in the public. We are the sole beneficiaries of our own trusts. We are the executor of our own estates, and that we will have the jurisdiction of ourselves. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be fantastic. Somebody's alarm has just gone off. That must be also a sign. I don't know if you can hear it. But there we are, ladies and gentlemen. I think that this news about the king is really a signal to us to say that the old ways are beginning to disappear. They're over.